Well, greetings, my brothers and sisters. This is Brother West. I have a quick message. I have a quick word that I want to just speak to you and bless you with. And this is a word of wisdom, word of knowledge, a direct word, prophetic word, however you want to call it. The scripture says, now check this out as an example. I'll give you the scripture. It's going to be 1 Corinthians 9:25, and it says that every man that striveth for the masters in a race must practice is temperate in all things to obtain a corruptible crown. So, in a race, and it's not a sprint, but it's a marathon, a journey. There's a prize, but in that prize, you got to be patient. That person got to be patient. Got to pace themselves, because if you don't pace yourself, then you can run out of gas, or you can lose the race by not pacing yourself. There's a science to it, and so revelation that God gave me yesterday concerning. And the direct word is that your growth is in your journey. And if I can say that, is that when in a journey going from one city to the next, maybe you have to drive. And in the drive, there's the things that your body have to go through. Sometimes your back might hurt. You get tired, you have to make many stops. But in that time and in that journey, on that trip, you're able to think, you're able to process. And if you have someone that you're journeying with, you have a time to communicate. And what happened in that time to communicate, where there's no distraction, it's just you and them. And what happens, you learn even through the trip and through the journey how to communicate. You learn through the trip and the journey how to get along. You learn through the journey on the things that each other loves and the things that you go through. And what happens, the good and the bad, what happens, it shapes, it forms. And the end of that journey is going to be a great journey. And see, the reward is not once you get to the destination, but the reward is in the trip, because in the trip you're able to eat, make stops, get some gas, but the greatest meal to communicate. And what's happening and what's taking place, and what God has put in my spirit, many of you think that because you're going through, you think that because in your journey and you're going through all these changes and stuff like that, you think that you're not growing. You think God has forgotten you. You think that you're not moving forward. But I must let you know, the scripture says, after you suffered a while. And so, in other words, there's going to be a suffering. There's going to be a stage and a season for discomfort in this journey. But you need to know that in your journey, this is where you're growing. Because once you get to the destination, then you're prepared. See, the place and the position that you're in right now, you've been prepared. God is preparing you for your future. God is preparing you for the unknown. God is preparing you in your promised land. That's what the river Jordan was about. When the children of Israel kept on looking at that Jordan to get to their promised land. Once they was able to defeat it by trusting God, then they were prepared and they were ready. Joshua got there. Once Joshua got there, he met an angel. And the angel told him to take off his shoes. The taking off the shoes, he had to let go of what he once had. He let go of it, that he can embrace and have conversation with what's new. And so in this journey, what happens when you take trips in this life, and just naturally as well as spiritual, what's happening in your journey, there's certain things that you're going to take off. There's certain things that you're going to forget about. And you're going to figure out those things to enjoy the moment that you're in. And this is what it's about, that moment. Many of you're in a moment. You're in a defining moment. You're in a moment that's going to prepare you and give you a memory and give you substance when you get to your promised land. And so just know that in your journey, this is your growth. In your discomfort, in your pain, in your hurt, in those things that you don't like, what it's doing is forming, it's developing, and it's causing you to appreciate the destination that you're going to. Is that all right? God bless you.